Meow meow everyone.
How do you like this year's event so far and what we are showing for ESO at Gamescom?
I mean, Gamescom is always great because there are so many people, so many people. But yeah, we have a great booth over in the Xbox area. We have hands-on. I think we have 10 stations. There's already been a line of people playing, and we also have a streaming area. So Rich and I are both going to do a bunch of streams over the course of the week.
Yeah, it's been an amazing trip already, and it just got started. So. It's very exciting.
Yeah, and it's not your first trip to Gamescom. I think both of you are Gamescom veterans. So if you could share your first memories with Gamescom, possibly the ones with ESO, how long it has been?
Yeah, I've been here every year except for COVID since 2003, even long before ESO. But I mean, my favorite moment for ESO at Gamescom are definitely the 2014 or 13 when we had like a 50 station hands-on. No, the big one on the floor, and we had lines, 4-hour, 8-hour-long lines. Oh my God, it was great.
Yeah, and for me, some of my fondest memories are actually the community events that we do at Gamescom. So the tavern every year. I remember the first one I went to. I think it was in 2014. After launch, and we had it in like this little dungeon basement. There were maybe 50 people there. And then you contrast that to July of this year, the tavern here, we had over 1,000 people. And it was it's crazy how big the community has grown over the years.
Yeah, we'll get back to the community part because we have a lot of going on in the ESO 10th anniversary. But let's move back to the Gold Road chapter for a bit. It's been quite some time since we released the chapter, and feedback was really positive so far. So do you have any, like, your favorite element or part of the chapter?
I'm particularly fond of Athelia, being able to like create this brand new Daedric prince and make her different than all the other Daedric princes. I think that is something that's been really, really special for me and especially for the team. They love digging in and creating new fiction.
Yeah, I think for me it's all about the storytelling. Like, this is the first time we've had a story that lasted for 2 chapters, and so of course Gold Road wraps up the story of Athelia and Hermaeus Mora. But ESO is known for many things, but definitely storytelling is pretty much #1. And these are really, really good stories and good quests and great characters, and that's what I love about it.
Yeah, but we also have a lot of cool new stuff mechanic-wise, like the Scribing, which is a really huge hit among the players. So do you have like your favorite combination of maybe something you want to share?
Yeah, I mean, one of my favorite abilities is Trample, because you can also, basically when you use Trample, it takes whatever mount that you have set currently as your mount and sends it out as part of it. So you can take one of the stick horses and fire that at players, and it's just hilarious.
You heard it, you need to try it. Musicie spróbować tego w domu. Okay, so maybe you can share a bit of because Gold Road is released, it's now available for the players. We have another update available now for PC players, but I do believe it's not all what we have in store this year. So maybe you can share just a tiny bit what else we have in store this year.
So you mean for later on this fall for update 44? So we're not quite ready to talk about it, but we have teased that it's going to be a PvP update and also companions. So we'll have a lot more on that hopefully soon. But yeah, that's the best we can do right now.
Yeah, so I do hope that PvP players are going to be really happy about this. And we mentioned that this is the anniversary year, so this was quite a year so far. We did a lot of stuff, we did a lot of events. We had the Amsterdam event. So how do you feel about this celebration year so far? And maybe do you have your own personal favorite heartwarming moment of all of the year?
I mean, it's a 10th year anniversary of the game launching, but obviously Rich and I have worked on it since 2007, which was so long ago, it's hard to remember. 17, 18 years, yeah. So, yeah, we have lots of great memories, obviously. I think my favorite is just sitting on the docks in Stros Mackay on opening day watching all the new players come in for the first time, right? Because Rich and I had been working on ESO for so long, we're used to seeing developers and testers in the game, but seeing real players in the game for the first time was unbelievable, right? And just seeing them come in and talk to the NPC on the dock, and then get the quest and run off and start killing things and go on quests. It was a great moment.
And there's the Amsterdam event, right? Being able to go in, and when we were putting that together, we were going through our screenshot archives, and we were going through like all of our old hard drives, and we were like, wow, we haven't thought about this in 10 years. We haven't thought, like, what is that from? Like, wow, that's what the game looked like. So it was kind of this really cool nostalgia trip to kind of go through and do it. And then, of course, just seeing the players, right? Seeing those people that have been there, maybe not to Amsterdam every year because that was the first time we did it, but seeing players that we have talked to in North American events or at the tavern every year, right? Like, it's just feeling like we're part of that community has been really, really awesome.
And is it anything in particular over the span of ESO lifetime that you are particularly proud of? Maybe a chapter, maybe a mechanic, maybe a character or quest you creted?
You're asking me to pick one of those things
you
over the
last
18 years? I mean, so Orsinium will always be special to me. Like, it's one of those pieces of content that we worked really hard on to kind of figure out what the rest of the game could be in the future. So I think that is particularly special. I'm also very, very fond of the Drake of Blades, who's a really cool character in the Imperial City storyline. So she's really awesome. And then, of course, Maelstrom Arena, right? Like, I love Maelstrom Arena.
Yeah, I think for me, One Tamriel is our proudest moment because it was a big risk, but it changed the game completely to be much more social and much more welcoming for players, and just opening up the world for players to play it the way they wanted to. That is definitely number one. And my favorite content, I think, is the storyline in Murkmire, which we don't talk about enough. Like, it was a smaller story DLC, but the main story in that is the best writing I think we've ever done in the game.
Okay, and we already had the events in Amsterdam, we had events in the Netherlands, we have Gamescom. We are announcing the events in the US, but this is not all we have for our players. So maybe you can announce the surprise for our Polish players.
Yeah, so I've been told that we have a community event in Warsaw on October 19th.
Yeah, that's right.
So enjoy. I hope you all have a blast there. I think it's going to be a really, really good time.
Thank you for helping me announce that. And thank you for your time. And see you in the future. I wish you all the best. And thank you from all of our community.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.